Hey, my crafty friends, and welcome to Miss T's Crafty Corner. You guessed it, I'm Miss T. Well, what do we have here? Oh my. For today's project, we will need the following. One piece of 12 by 12 decorative cardstock. 3 strips will be needed for our handles. They measure 9 by 1 each. You will need an additional small piece of scrap. This was left over after I cut my handles. We will use 1 piece, 7.5 by 4. We will need 1 piece that measures 5 by 1, 1 piece that measures 3 by 1. I've got some bling. We will be using 2 brads on this project. Today I'm going to use a few buttons, and then just a small little piece will be needed at the end. I know you're wondering, how is all of this going to come together? What are we going to make? I'll be right back. Look at these adorable mini bags. Aren't they just cute? Look at the bow, the necktie, and of course I have my bling. I have the handles on this one with my brads. This measures 3 by 2 and is 4.5 along the back. And I've got a little pair of socks on the inside of this one. Look at this one. I've got a gift card holder on the front, or it could even be for cash. Look at that necktie, the bling. On the inside of this one, I have some hand lotion and also a pair of socks. This one stands at 5 by 2 and it's also 4.5 along the back. But the exciting thing about today's project, both can be made using 1 piece of 12 by 12 decorative cardstock along with an additional small piece of scrap. Let's get started. Some of my prep work has already been done. We will score at 4.5, 6.5, 9.5, and 11.5. We're going to rotate our paper once clockwise, and we're going to trim this down to 7. So I now have a piece that's 7 inches as well as 5 inches. Piece that measures 5 by 12. Let's score on the 5-inch side at 1/2. Rotate to the opposite side. Score again at 1 1/2. I'm going to score on the 7-inch side at 1/2. Rotate to the opposite side and score at 1 1/2. We will score all 3 of our 1 by 9 strips at 1/2. We will score all 3. These will later be for our handles. Now we're going to bring in this piece. This measures 7.5 by 4. On the 7.5-inch side, let's score at 1/2, 1, 4, and 4.5. Rotate clockwise once, and on the 4-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 and again at 1. We can now put away our scoreboard. I will be making both of these bags at the same time, but you don't have to do that. So now I'm going to fold and burnish all of my score marks. And I had a little tearing there, and that's okay because this actually gets folded under. We'll add tape to both of our 1/2 inch flaps. This is a very easy project, everyone. And if I did not take a moment to say thank you, I want to say thank you to the many of you that have subscribed to my channel. For those of you that are watching all around the United States as well as abroad, I want to say thank you for those of you that are leaving me comments, words to encourage me. I am enjoying this journey. As you can see, where we had the slight tear, it got folded in with the tape. So both of those are done. We will fold and burnish all of our score marks on both of our pieces. I will do one with you and I'll be right back. Now we want to release our tabs. We will go up to the first score mark and release our tab and do a deep angle cut on both sides. I'm going to do a deep angle cut here, a deep angle cut here. But on this side, I'm going straight up and down because that's the front of my bag. So I'm going straight up and down on the front of my bag. A deep angle cut here. And I should have showed you this first, but I'll show you now. We're going to completely remove this tab. So we want to completely remove this tab, but I'm also going to do my deep angle cut. I'm going to reduce these tabs by about half. That's the frame for bag number 1. So this is what our pieces should look like. Let me move that up so you can see. They're both looking the same. I'm going to set these to the side. I'm going to bring back in my 3 handles along with my glue pad. And I'm going to fold them in half. These are our 3 handles. Love the sound of that swishing. I've added glue. Now I'm going to bring in a paper towel so that as I'm running that glue, it's not getting all over my fingers. So I've made handle number 1. So our handles are done. I'm going to lay these to the side and bring my bags back in. We'll start with this one. I've added my glue, and sometimes when I add my glue, I'll take a small scrap and just go across it, and that gives it a good covering. So I've added the glue. I'm going to start at the top with my matchup. Get the matchup on the bag, and that's looking good. Go in with my bone folder and work that glue. Do the same thing with this one. I'm going to add my glue. Move it around. Bring this up to meet that. Doing the exact same thing on both bags. So by us doing the score marks, when we had it 12 by 12, that ensures that your measurements are the same for both bags. It's just your height that's going to be different. So once we have that, we work our glue. I've worked the glue in both bags. Hold it up to make sure I get the frame the way that I want it. And I don't know if you all noticed, but I actually burnished this one, but it still works out when you make your frame. So we've got that. So now I'm going to turn this up, add glue here, Add glue here and add some glue here. And bring these up to me. I'm going to add glue here. And don't be afraid of the glue or tape, because once we get this made, it will eventually dry. I'm going to go in with my bone folder and work that glue. Going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to bring it in, add glue, add some glue here, and bring this up to me. Maintaining the frame of your bag. Add glue here and bring this up to me. And we have both of our bags. Bring this one back in. Take my piercer. You judge, but I like to center about 1/2 inch down and make a hole. And I've made my hole. Now I'll bring in 2 of my handles, and I'm going to do the same thing with my handles. I'm going to pierce a hole, handles, about 1/2 inch in. And what I like to do, wherever I fold it, I make sure that's at the back of the bag. So the 2 open ends of the fold will be at the back of the bag. I did make a change. I'm decided to go with my smaller gold brad on this particular bag. So I've got my brad. I'm going to run it through both holes. Then I'm going to run it through my bag. Then open the 2 prongs. Do the same thing on this side. Take a brad. You know, they come in all sizes, and I think this one will work better for this particular bag. Run it through there. Run it through the second hole, and then run it through the bag. Look at that. There's cute little bag 1, you guys. Well, for those of you that may not have brads, I decided I'd show you how to get a decorative element on your bag as well. We're going to bring in our 2 buttons, and we're going to use 1 handle. I'm just going to add glue to the handle, and you know, you can curve your ends or whatever you want if you want to angle your ends, but I'm just going to put these on. So I've added glue. This is the front of my bag. I'm going to place the handle about right there. Wipe that a little bit. So I've got my handle. Now I'm going to take my button and place it on top of the handle. Isn't that cute? Look at that. So I've got the button, but I'm not going to stop there. I've got my bling. And I'll wipe my hands in a second here. I've got my bling that I'm going to place down inside of my button. I'm wiping my hands. You know, one thing about paper crafting, you can make any and everything work. When someone's sharing something with you, if you don't have it, that's not an end to your making whatever's being made. Just look around. You'd be surprised at the things we have in our home. Old jewelry, you know, that has broken. It's good to keep little pieces of that. Buttons off of things that may have faded. Keep your buttons. So I've put that button down there. And I'm going to take my bling again. Put that there. I'm going to clean up my glue. And now we have a handle for bag number 2 along with a decorative element that didn't require a brad. Isn't this just nice? We are not finished yet. These two pieces, remember the 5x1, folded in half. The 3x1, folded in half. The 3x1 on the open end, we're going to cut, I'm going to call it a half diamond, but we're going to cut a half diamond, and I'll show you. And this is what it should look like. On this one, we're going to curl your ends inward. Okay? I'm going to use tape for this part. On the middle of this flap, you want to place tape touching both sides. So when you fold it, you see the tape on both sides. The same thing here. You want to place tape so that when you fold it, it's touching both sides. And I may have done that on the opposite side, but that's okay. We'll turn our curl. I'm going to reverse my curl. See how easy that was? I'm going to remove my tape. Take these two and bring them in to meet, like that. And in doing so, you then want to pinch in just a little bit to make sure that they're in the tape. We're going to remove the tape from the back of this, match up the lines that we folded for our bow. So this is what you have. And you can use glue. I'm using tape. Now I'm going to bring in my scissors and I'm going to do that diamond again. Just judge what you know a bow to look like. So I'm going to cut out there. Get that little piece. Cut out there. Then I'm going to turn it around and do a cutout here. Up the mountain and down the mountain. And do a cutout. Okay, if this is a little ragged for now, because we're going to take that little small piece that we cut out earlier and we're going to place it front forward, place it here, fold it over as tight or as loose as you'd like yours to be. I'm going to add glue on this part. So I'm going to place that here, bring it around. I will be cutting a little bit of it. Get that out of the way. Look, you guys, we've got a cute little bow. Then just poof it back up. Use something to poof it back up. We've got a cute little bow. Look at that. Once again, I'm going to bring in a piece of my bling and just stick it right there in the middle. And this is going to go here. Place some glue here. Take this, get my placement, and lay it down. And we've got bag number 1. Isn't that just nice? Now we're going to bring this piece in, our 7.5x4. We made our score marks earlier, so we're going to fold and burnish all of our score marks. Like I said, a lot of times I burnish with my hands, and depending on the paper, I'm careful not to press down too hard. So this is what it looks like. On the 1-2 side, 1 score, 2 score, we're going to go up with our scissors to the second score mark and release the tabs. We're going to completely remove the outside tab. But on this one, we're only going to release the first tab, and I'll show you what it should look like. So this is what this side should look like. Go over here where you have 1 tab only going up to the 2. We're going to release it up to the 2, but we're only going to remove the first tab. So here again, we have a tab and we have a tab. We will, however, remove all of this. So we're going to remove all of this straight across. Okay, let me get these out of the way. This is what your piece should look like, whether it's on the right side or the left, but this is what your piece should look like. You should have 2 flaps, both of these pieces done here. Turn it towards you, take your scissors, and on your piece looking like this, you want to cut a line down the middle. I'm going to say about 1.5 inches. We're going to lay this back down, and then we're going to gently fold these pieces over, but make sure they're not on your score mark. Fold that over and fold that over. And none of my collars come out the same, just so you know. Add a little dab of glue and lay that down. Same here, little dab of glue, lay it down and work in your glue. You should still have some scrap. We're going to take and cut us out a piece. I'm going to start with what looks like a 2x2. I'm going to, let me lay it this way first and see if that was enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut it again a little bit longer this time. Let me tell you how long this is in inches. So this is about 2.5 by 2. So I cut out a 2.5 by 2 strip. And with this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go down the middle, but notice where I stop, about 1/2 inch. It depends on you. Do you want the white side or the decorative side? I think I'm going to go with the white side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a bead of glue along the bottom and then lay this in here for now. And I'm going to pull it back up. So this is what we have. Now we give you the framework. You do whatever's easiest for you. You don't have to follow these exact instructions. I'm going to bend this over, give it a crease. Do the same thing on this side, bend this over and give it a crease. And add my glue to the back of this. And seeing as this is black, I don't want to get too messy with my glue. So I've added my glue and I'm going to work it in. This is coming together, y'all. Look at that dinner jacket popping. That is popping. Now we still have some of our leftover scrap. We're going to make a necktie. So I'm just going to cut out a piece. You measure. That's good. I'm going to start here. I'm going to do a diagonal cut here, a diagonal cut here, a diagonal cut here. They're jumping all around, and a diagonal cut here. And then I'm going to give it a little curl. So it's going to be over the fold. So I think I'm going to cut a little bit off and repeat my diagonal cut. So a diagonal cut there and a diagonal cut here. We're eyeballing this. Okay. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of glue on the top and the bottom. I want that curl on my necktie. Place it here and lay it down. And so I have my necktie. Don't forget my bling. I've got that fourth piece of bling. Bring it in and it'll cover up all the busyness going on right here. So I bring this in, lay it there, and isn't that just nice? You know, you could make the little box first and then come back and do this, but I find it much easier to make this first and then put the box together. So now that we've done that, I'm going to fold these two tabs in, bring in my glue, bring this one up to meet here, bring this one up to meet here, and you can give it a little burnish if you want to. Give it a little burnish. Then I'm going to fold this one in first on this side and this piece on top of that. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here, bring this piece up to meet it, and fold it in so that you're getting your box. And now I'm going to add glue all the way around, bring this in to meet this. And you've got a neat little box. I'll give it a burnish. Oops. I just like that enclosed look. You could leave the back open, but I like that enclosed look so that you're not looking at this pattern, you're looking at the black. So now that that's done, I can remove my glue pad, bring this in, add glue, try to get it to your edges this time, add my glue, bring this back over, eyeball where I want it to be. That's where I want it to be. Now I'm going to go in with my bone folder, go in with my bone folder, and work that glue. Look at that. Now, you guys, I have outdone myself. We have two mini decorative bags made from one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. This measures 3 by 2, 4.5. This one measures 5 by 2 and 4.5. This one, you can place a gift card or cash or a little love note, little card in here. It's great for a wallet, hand cream, socks, handkerchiefs. This one, the same. Isn't this cute? And don't forget, this one was for anyone who did not have a brad. Get some buttons, get some bling. I'm gonna bring the other two back in for you to see all four. And I hope that everyone was able to follow along with me and that you too can have fun making these amazing, adorable gift bags. Again, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for choosing to craft with me on today. Some of you in the comments let me know that you were recovering from various illnesses. I hope that you are doing well. And remember, it's not how you start, but how you finish. I'm Miss T, and thank you for choosing to craft with me.